What's going on, challengers, and welcome back to another episode of Century's Caster's Notes. And tonight we are here, and my name is Chewy, and I'm joined by my fellow caster as well, Mitsu. So before we start things off, what's going on, Mitsu? Sino yung kasama natin? Si
Natapon ko
Penguin.
na nga eh.
Ay, tinapa mo na ba?
Natapon ko na si Penguin, pero
kasi I
yeah.
was I was informed na only two players, or I mean two people lang, pero meron tayong guest, si
Kasama
Penguin,
natin si
Nut
Penguin.
Nut. Si Nut
Ah,
Nut.
alala, kasama ko lang talaga yan. Pag wala akong magawa, tinatapon ko, binubugbog ko. Pero, stop animal abuse. Pero continuing na nga tayo dito. Welcome to Caster's Notes. Welcome to Valorant Patch Notes 4.03. Yan ay ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon. Starting off, we have our agent updates. Mukhang magkakaroon tayo ng rework sa ultimate ni Brimstone. Boss Chewy?
Yes, about Brimstones Old. So Brimstones Old now properly blocks gameplay visibility while active. For example, we have the opposing Brimstone putting down an ult in sight. Excuse me, putting down an ult in sight. People can still see other players behind his ult. So let's say you're gonna get ulted in a corner, and there's that one space, teeny tiny space, now where you can hide from the ult. Again, excuse me, from the ult. They can still see you through the ult, and they will not see you physically. They will not see you, but they can see you through the minimap. So they fixed that, making it obsolete to see anyone in the minimap as you are being ulted.
Ayun nga, as well, abilities that require the line of sight, yung mga flashes, mga sova ng mga recon darts, do no longer apply through the auto. Mukhang masisira na din or hindi na din siya magagamit through that. Pero looks like it's gonna be not much of a big rework for this one, ha. Looks like it's more on the side of defensive nga lang na magiging ulti na yung Brimstone. Na in favor na siya on the side on which whoever uses the Brimstone ultimate for this one. Pero let's proceed naman to our modes updates naman. Starting off with Deathmatch. Ayan, mukhang marami atang nangyari dito.
Yes. So in this case, they removed the things that in some cases they relocated dangerous spawn locations, and they also improved the spawn logic and the spawn placement. It is to increase the likelihood that you will be facing each other players in an encounter, while also fixing the respawn, well, not fixing, but changing the respawn time, which is now reduced to 1.5 seconds from 3. And also they fixed an issue where the warm-up phase was not using spawn logic properly. Did you experience that when you spawned to warm up, tatlo kayong nasa isang space?
Oo.
That happened to me so many times, so I'm glad they fixed that.
Oo, talaga. That is true. And also ito, kasi medyo weird yung spawn logic natin dito sa deathmatch. Knowing na nga na it's in a usual match, only one area na nga yung spawning natin. While here on, we are spawning in different places in the match. And looks like mukhang okay to na change for deathmatch. Siguro, more gunplay action because of the respawn time na naging 1.5 seconds na lang. So, pagkapatay mo, sige, go next. Buhay agad, patay ulit. Pero, continue ulit naman. We have our social updates then. Ito, medyo noted to by the community. Yung updated AFK detection in-game to deter players from exploiting game mods to farm XP. Yan.
So, good fix, good patch fix, good fix for Riot. Kasi, people really do. I mean, it's okay to farm XP, pero you also have to play your part kasi you're also gonna be a burden for your teammates. So, don't be selfish and grind your XPs properly.
That is true. Tama yan. Wag kayo yung pagpunta sa Spike Rush pambira. Imbis na sumugod kayo at laruin nyo ng ayos yung laro. Hindi, magpapakamatay na lang. Para
Yes.
mabilis lang yung game. Wag ganon. Pangit yun. Hindi nakaka-enjoy yun. For our fellow Valorant players din. So, moving on with that, ito siguro yung pinakamalaking update dito. Yung performance update natin with Global Invalidity. collection. Yan. Ano nga ba to, Boss Chewy?
So, for the global invalidation, it's a UI feature na nag-improve siya ng performance ng all UI performances in game. Well, here it is. So, it provides up to 15% improvement to baseline performances for CPU-bound players. So, I've actually played earlier in the day, experiencing this patch. So, me and my friends, we've noticed a bump in our frames. Hindi a good bump, not a bad one.
Oh.
So, I think Valorant optimized some of the things for the graphics and for the frames of the game, giving players a frame boost to improve players' experience throughout their gameplay. So ayun, a good update.
Mukhang now, mukhang hindi na natin makikita yung tinatawag nga nating low FPS, low Wi-Fi, low connection. Ano ba ang tatawag mo dyan, Boss Chewy? Ano matawag
Oh
mo
yeah,
dyan?
so we call that the Holy Trinity.
Ayun.
Kasi silang tatlo yung laging nandun. Gagabayan ka sasamahan
Oo.
ka.
Pero I think this is gonna be very beneficial for yung mga low specs lang na PCs or mga laptop gamers natin dyan sa world ng Valorant. Pero continuing with that, also we have the cosmetic updates as well. Eto, siyempre, pag by face, ganyan, ceilings lang, wala mo na masyado nangyayari. Kulitan time with your other players, tamang flex lang ng mga sprays. Ano ba paborito mong spray, Boss Chewy?
Oh, so yung favorite na spray ko, it's yung may ingay eh. The one that gives off sound. So like, for example, si Z spray and the air horn spray. Ayun.
Pero ayun nga. Looks like ako kasi wala eh. Sorry eh, mahirap lang. Hindi ako makakapag-afford ng ganyan and hindi ko din naabutan yung battle pass with the air horn spray. Pero ito nga, mukhang mag-update na yung color of the tiles used to display sprays is sa collection mismo ng player. Kasi yung iba daw na mga sprays were too close to the color of the original tile and were hard to see properly before actually using them in game. And also, ito, you can now respray after a 5-second cooldown. So, pwede ka na mag-spam ng sprays after 5 seconds. Then also, yun nga lang, even though na dati kasi diba one-time use lang ang spray, tapos pwede mo ilang ilipat during the buy phase. Now, ngayon, sprays will now have a lifetime duration of 15 seconds, reduced from 30 seconds. And ito, sprays will disappear immediately when the barrier drops and when the post-round phase begins. So, ang mangyayari, mukhang mawawala na yung sticker strat na nga ni Yoru na nanjajabit ng kalaban. Saka wala na ding may ingay na distraction, sadly.
So, moving on to the next system update. Game system updates is now they added the option to return to your strongest weapon. For example, you're playing a game, you're clicking heads. You can now come back to the gun that you were using that round because you died and now you have to buy. And like CSGOs or the whole Counter-Strike series itself, they have this rebuy. The auto buy. So I think Valorant added that to better improve the players' experiences. So I think yes, a very helpful update as well.
Actually, no, I think wala masyadong tao na alam to na meron ng ganito sa Valorant. Kasi ito nga, nasabi nga ng Valorant mismo na-release siya ng 4.02 pero hindi siya napakita sa patch. Pero looks like, dahil ngayon na-release na siya dito at alam na natin to, looks like people are gonna utilize this into their liking. Pero proceeding to that naman, we have the esports features as well. Ito, for our observers, yan, shoutout sa inyo. Napaka honorable. Honorable? Tama ba yung term ko?
Yes.
Basta yun. Basta, napaka galing nyo or napakalaki ng effort na binibigay on these tournaments and observing na nga these Valorant matches. Pero this update is for our observers na nga na mukhang aayusin na nila yung projectile follow para yun doon sa cinematic shot na pag kunyari may shock dart tapos magla-line up siya. Pag tumama lahat, maayos na yung itsura. And also, mukhang nag-add na sila ng observer settings para itoggle yung agent portrait on and off. So, mukhang mawawala na yun dun sa baba. So, much more wider yung makiking view natin for our spectators.
So moving on to the bug fix again, here we have our agents. So they fixed the bug where chambers head on there and tour de force could float away. Basically, I'll put this as an example. Now I've experienced this bug. I had a teammate who was chamber and his gun was just floating, and he's actually my friend. So pero at that time, I didn't know because it was just floating and floating. So I panicked and sprayed it down, and I got picked off by the enemy team. Yeah, so I'm glad that they fixed that because it's a huge pain in the ass. Pero, and next one, they fixed an exploit where using specific lineups, it was possible to see the inside of Viper's ultimate without being affected by the nearsighted debuff. Basically, Valorant gave its players free wall hacks. And now they decided to fix it because it's a huge imbalance for the game. Big ups for Riot for noticing that and acting quickly. And lastly, for the agent bugs, they fixed the bug where Viper's ultimate would sometimes fail to expand through doorways. It would just be there stuck, and it could cause serious problems for your team. And that's all for the agent bugs, no?
Oo nga. Looks like yung mga Viper mains natin dyan mukhang mag-iiba na kung paano nyo gagamitin ng Viper's pit na nga ang kanyang ultimate. Pero moving on with that, mukhang makikita naman natin yan during if tumagal na tong patch notes natin and yung update, makikita natin yan in later games. Pero moving on, we have our social bug fixes din. Ito, fix a bug where pressing enter in pre-game wouldn't focus chat. So, pag tilted ka na sa laro, gusto mo na talagang magalit at magsabi ng masasamang words. Pag nagtatrash talk ka na, bigla siyang mawawala yung mga sinasabi mo kasi biglang magbabag yung chat mo. Pero syempre, guys, please, kids, please repeat after me. Do not support a toxic community and the Valorant community. Always support tayo a good and healthy Valorant community. Always yan. Please, wag tayo man trash talk. Please lang, please.
Yes. And if matrash talk man kayo, huwag niya kayo man trash talk then. Be the better person.
Yeah,
that's true. Hayaan mo sila matilt sa sarili nilang kagagawan.
Yes. Tama yan. I have to agree with that, Boss Chewy. Pero also for this one, we have also a bug fix kapag nagra-right click tayo ng player portrait tapos hindi siya magbibigay ng context menu. Yan yung pag inaantay ka ng mga kasama mo na kalaro. Asan ka na? Ang bagal mo naman. Tapos sasabihin mo na, di ko nga mapindot yung invite, hindi ko nga kayo masamahan, hindi ko kayo ma-join dahil nga there was a bug nga pala na ganyan. So, that's good na they fixed that. That's nice. That's really nice.
And moving on to the performance bug fix they fixed where the performance stats would be hidden while spectating the spike. So I think, if I'm correct though, the combat report, ayun yun. Yes, they fixed that kasi whenever spectating the spike, you won't see the damage that you've dealt to the other team. So good fix as well. Kasi, seeing your damages to the other team, it's a good info for players, for your teammates as well. So, yes, good fix by Riot and good job. Yes, good job.
Good job for Riot Games talaga.
And also, lastly, known issues in the esports features is there's a brief flash when swapping into free cam mode as an observer follower. So, I've heard you say this, not really a big deal fix, but it's the small things that count and what affects later on in your gameplay and experience. Kudos to Riot for recognizing these faults and fixing them as soon as they can. So, good. Yes.
Tama yun. And also, yan, very okay. Natutuwa nga ako sa Riot kasi nakikita nga nila with the community. And dito pa lang, doon sa global invalidation pa lang sa CPU updates nila. That's really nice kasi nakakapag-appreciative yun kasi you're enjoying the game more and more nagiging benefit siya sa'yo and um, hindi nababawasan yung enjoyment mo dun sa laro
Mhm.
mismo. Pero we will see as this will be on the live servers na, this update. Pero ikaw ba, Boss Chewy, ano bang opinions mo about this update?
I agree with you with the global. Let me go back to that. The global invalidation. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, and also on Brimstone's slight rework on his ult. So it's a bit unfair. Now you can't see the enemy, but they can see you in the on the minimap. So good. Kudos to Riot for that, for fixing that and recognizing that one.
Pero I think that's about it sa ating caster notes for this one. Okay, once again, my name is Mitsu and kasama ko ngayon one of the amazing shoutcasters na si Boss Chewy. And this is Sentry's Casters Notes and we will be signing off muna.
Peace.